Hello everyone. So for today's topic, I've decided to cover something that's a bit deeper than usual. So what I'll show you is how to use sudo, which means super user do, which actually lets you bypass all the access rights. You can also use something similar, which is with user. So this calls an action uh, as a specific user. So this can be useful in specific cases where you want this to be called by, for instance, a user that you created specifically for a special action, and you always want the action to be triggered by this user. Maybe it's because you want the update written in Chatter to be posted by a specific user, so this might be useful. Then there's the with context, which allows you to pass on, well, yeah, context. It's pretty self-explanatory. And so this allows you to pass on, for instance, flags. So here in the example, I'm showing you how to add the my flag to the action that you do. So when you'll write with the my flag value set to true. So that's again really useful. So I've set up the view so that you see all of the logs and you see how it behaves. For the sudo demo, technically, so right now I'm logged in as Mitchell admin, which is, well, yeah, the admin. So he would have all the access rights and all the rights to open up and trigger the action. But for the sake of this demo, I've created a specific model that's limited only to admins. So um, in the action for the sudo, basically what I've done is that first try is with user, and it's using a specific user that I've created, which has basically no rights. And so here it's without the sudo first, and it's only with user, which is uh, just to show you the restricted version. And then we try the same action but then um, but then with sudo. So even with that restricted user, so you see it's still with the with user restricted user, but because we changed it with sudo, then this allows you to bypass the restrictions that would have been applied with the user. So let me show it to you, and you'll see the logs. So as you see in the logs here now. First pass, it did it as the demo restricted user. It tried to access the sudo admin only, which has the admin only access right set on it. Without the sudo, we did run into the exception, and so it's showing here. It would have returned this basic access right error, which is, well, yeah, the security that we wanted for this. And then it tried the same, but with sudo, and there it saw the two records that were created on the model. So as you see, it tried both passes with the same user, but as soon as we added the sudo, it allowed us to do that. It's really powerful, but then also super dangerous. So you do have to use it cautiously, because if somehow you are hacked or you're getting injected, and someone tries to call some actions, and when you coded the action, you added the sudo, and it has a wide range of files or entries available with that action, then that means that it's a pretty big security issue. So you do have to be cautious about when and how to use it, but it's pretty useful when you want to bypass the access rights, and when you know why you're doing that. So yeah, just be cautious about it. Um, then there's just the with user. So I'll just clear it so it's clearer for you. The only thing I wanted to show it with you about this for you is that it does show that I'm currently logged in as Mitchell admin, but because we specified the action with user and with the specific one, it shows that it did execute the action as demo restricted user. So as I showed you, it's just a matter of adding with user and then referencing the user here and then chaining the rest of the actions. For this case, we didn't add any sudo here. because this action didn't require it. But if there were access rights involved without the sudo, perhaps we would have run into that limit. Again, I'm going to clear the logs just to show you. Then there's the with context. So again, it's just something that can be added here. And when I do that, you'll see that it did pass on our custom flag. It was set to true. We added the force lang to enus. And now you do see all the context keys that were passed on. So all these were standard ones. And then these two are our custom context flags that we added with the with context. So pretty useful and could be useful for debugging, but yeah, in quite a lot of cases where you want to trigger an action specifically and then maybe just add a flag, but not a persistent one, just one that's available in a specific scenario, and then that would be flushed automatically because it's not a field that you added. So I think it's pretty interesting. And then I've just shown you also an option where you can combine them and chain them. So here it's just sudo and with context, for instance. So yeah, pretty basic, but it's just to show you that all of these can be chained, and that's how it's powerful actually, because in these, even when I was just doing the sudo demo, I was already chaining them in here because I had the with user and then the sudo, which are two different actions, but chained they would work as well. And same goes for um, the combine here where you see that it's first sudo and then with context, and we could have added the with user, for instance, and that would have added that extra context to the action before being passed on. So yeah, again, something pretty powerful. Do pay attention with the use of sudo. Can be the solution that you're after, but just make sure that you are actually sandboxing what can be accessed with that, because yeah, again, it's a quite a big security issue if you do a sudo on too big a table or something that's too deep and that should still be restricted. So yeah, pay attention to that. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna help you to add extra layers to your logic and to your module. Yeah, see you next time for the next video. Bye.